there a short list of candidates for the offensive coordinator spot?
It's funny because in this day and age of college football, it's impossible to keep a secret. Scott Frost has been keeping this pretty close to the vest. So I expect something this week. I think is the week that we're going to hear something, because obviously a lot of the candidates on his lists were busy this weekend, and you're just not going to go. You can't go and start courting somebody who's actively still involved in their season unless they know they're out the door or being let go. So yeah, there's a lot of those names up there that you can throw into, and like I said, with Joe Brady coming available, I think that's got to be something that you have to definitely go after, because you just brought in Mickey Joseph from LSU as the wide receivers coach and pass game coordinator, who Joe Brady was his boss 2 years ago, doing the same dynamic. So that right there is a no-brainer that you have to explore. If it's me, if I'm Scott Frost. So yeah, I just, with everything that's been so fluid, I mean, it's hard to kind of narrow down a list right now. You can just do a hopeful list.
And based on what you just said, I made the comment a number of times in the last couple of weeks, in this information age where everybody's got access to information, everybody's got a computer in their pocket that's more powerful than what was needed to send a man to the moon, that it's impossible to keep anything a secret these days. But at the same time, Brian Kelly went from Notre Dame to LSU, and Lincoln Riley went from Oklahoma to USC, and that seemed, both of those, to blindside everybody.
Mario Cristobal to Miami today.
Well, at least we saw that coming. It's been
Right.
talked about for a few
Yeah.
days. The Riley and Kelly moves seem to just hit everybody.
Yeah. It's yeah, it's so bizarre, and I mean, it's hard to nail it down for me to say, is it good or bad for Nebraska's situation. I gotta think it's good, because there's more names out there. There's more guys to interview. There's more choices, and
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously, I think that you're what, 4 weeks into knowing that you're going to need to replace these positions, and you had a list of guys at the beginning, and guys that you weren't able to talk to until now, and maybe some guys out there you still can't talk to, but I think now's the time. You got to jump on it and do something this week, and I fully believe that we will. And once that position's hired, I think you see the other two positions fill up right away. And from everything that I've heard, and I think that is most likely to happen, is that we'll have a new special teams coordinator as well by the end of the week, and maybe just going into next week looking for that offensive line coach. Kind of hard to say right now, but there's been a lot of names thrown around for that. A former O-line coach here in the past, John Garrison's name has been one that's been thrown around from North Carolina. So yeah, we'll see.
Like you say, I've got to think that it plays to Nebraska's favor, because while I don't think are seeing any more coaching changes than we typically do, I think we're seeing more high-profile coaching changes. We usually see
right
8 to 10 guys get fired the Sunday after the season ends, but LSU, Oklahoma, USC, Miami, Oregon, TCU, Texas Tech, on down the line, all those open at some point, or not necessarily open, but where there's a change made and coaches wanting to put their own guys in place and bringing a couple guys with them, but that just creates a shakeup. The new guy cleans house, brings his own guys in. You're talking about assistants from high level programs that are going to be on the market.
Oh, it's crazy, and the thing that you look at the contracts that these coaches are getting. It's just unbelievable, and that trickles down to their staffs as well. And oh my goodness, it's you offer a guy, you give this guy a contract, and do you really expect him to be there in 5 or 6 years? I don't know these days, but yeah, it's just it's nuts right now.
The one topic we didn't hit on, because at this point things are moving so fast, it seems like it happened 3 months ago, but it was just maybe 4 or 5 days ago that Adrian Martinez announced that he's going into the transfer portal, and we would be remiss not to give him some due time and respect for all that he contributed to the Nebraska program. So the question being cited here from Rick is where Adrian's going to land. Most sources online seem to peg Cal and Kansas State.
Well, he was spotted at Kansas State's practice over the weekend, over a bowl game practice. So yeah, he did take a visit to Manhattan, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did land back closer to home either. He is from Fresno, California, so Cal would be, and he's a smart guy too. And I'm not sure how much he's got left on it to his master's or whatever he's working on, but would never be bad to add a degree from Cal on your resume either. So yeah, I think he wants to go somewhere that he's going to be able to, actually play somewhere and go play in a bowl game, not necessarily win a national title or anything like that. And I mean, he was a heck of a player, and I think it's the best move for him. And I really I don't see him playing next season anyway. I think he takes a redshirt year and plays the following season as a 36-year-old man. Um, so because he just went through major surgeries, shoulder surgery on the same shoulder for the second time. So I expect for him for not even to play next year, but get into school somewhere and get into a master's program and work on his master's degree and then play down the road in 2023.
I only saw a clip from his news conference, so I didn't see the entire thing. I've got to think that he stated something that there are no hard feelings. He loves the program. It's just a situation where he's been there for so long. It's maybe best for everyone if
It is best for him to move on. He played a lot of football here, and quite frankly, didn't win a lot of games here. And I think it's best for the fan base to move on and start over. And I think it's only fair. Obviously, you're bringing in a new offensive coordinator. Probably when you got a lot of guys in the transfer portal, which you can name a lot of good players at the quarterback position that you can make a wish list out of. And yeah, who would know that Adrian would be that guy's guy. So I think it's the best move for everybody, and there are no hard feelings. I mean, I think every Nebraska fan pours their heart out to Adrian and thanks him for everything he put on the line as a Nebraska Cornhusker. I mean, he laid his body on the line day in and day out and busted his tail every single day that he was here.
Absolutely. We're talking about the second leading passer in the history of the program in regards to yardage and fourth in touchdown passes.
And missing a lot of games due to injury, too, on top of that. So